Welcome to the Daily Devotion. My name is Jossie Bear, and I am a member of the Dixon United Methodist Church. Welcome, summer! Although it officially started June 20th, I feel like summer started when school closed in March. First, I'd like to introduce you to my camera person, Gracie. Wave, Gracie. I know you're behind there.
Hi.
And thank you so much for the many retakes it took. Was it 100? 105?
107.
Oh, 107.
Yeah.
Every summer, PBS airs The American Great Read, where viewers vote for their best loved books while Meredith Vieira takes a look at how these books affect people. One of my best loved books is the Book of Esther from the Bible. Perfect for summer reading and only 4 pages long. It has suspense, deception, loyalty, bravery, beauty, and political persuasion. My vote would be for Esther. However, you could do this. Instead of reading Esther, you could read all these books that you haven't finished at home. Since it is COVID, you could finish maybe some of the ones that you haven't been reading. However, I recommend Esther in the Bible, 4 pages long. Okay, some of you know my mother, Marjorie, who was an avid reader. She could read 2 novels a week and maybe more. She passed at the age of 93. She kept journals of what she read and made notes about each book. However, I, on the other hand, am not an avid reader. Even though I'm in a book club, I check out books from the library, and by the way, the library is closed, and I teach students to read. However, when I came across the Book of Esther, I couldn't stop reading. In fact, I read it many times, and I read many commentaries on Esther too. But this summer, I'm participating in the summer Bible study called Simply Jesus, and I happen to be looking up scriptures for our study, and I realize I have not finished reading many parts of the Bible. That's when I came across, or coincidentally came across, the book of Esther. Boy, was I intrigued to read about a strong female queen of Persia. What a page turner, all 4 pages. It has a heroic woman who was fearless. She states in chapter 4, verse 16, and she says, I will go to the king even though it is against the law, and if I perish, I perish. Many times over and over I read that part, looking for God's messages. This skillfully written book, and by the way, no one knows who wrote it, seems to show extraordinary coincidences. But where were they? Were they mere coincidences, or was God behind them? I would like to read, for the ending of this devotion, I would like to read from my mother's student Bible, an introduction to the book of Esther, written by Tim Stafford, who happens to be Libba Brothers' brother. Okay, here we go. By the accident of her beauty and the accident of the former queen dismissal, Esther found herself queen of one of the greatest powers of the world. Then, when all seemed smooth, her crucial moment came. This moment had been echoed many times. As a successful racial minority in the Persian Empire, Esther's people, the Jews, had not melted into their surroundings. Others were jealous of their success. A vengeful prime minister, Haman, made up his mind to destroy them. He issued an edict of government-sponsored genocide. Would Queen Esther, intervene? Doing so would risk her life. And what difference could she make? She was a powerless sex partner to a king who strongly preferred women, who never interfered with his wishes. Kind of sounds like Game of Thrones. She came only when he called, and he had not called her for a month. And yet, she alone of all the Jews had access to the king. Esther's cousin, Mordecai, reminded her of her unique place. Who knows but that you have come to the royal position for such a time as this? Esther responded with action. Her courageous words are a classic statement of heroism. I will go to the king, and here we go, even though it is against the law, and if I perish, I perish.